Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today is Monday, the 31st of July. We are glad to present our weekly analytical review for major Forex instruments. Last week, the euro-dollar pair increased to the level of 1.1750, which coincided with a strong Fibonacci correction of 38.2%. The upward movement was supported by the negative reaction of the market to the results of the Fed meeting. In case of the breakout of the key level, further growth would be possible to the levels of 1.1850 and 1.1940. Otherwise, a correction can start and reach the levels of 1.1640 and 1.1530, the latter being the middle line of the Bollinger Bands. Technical indicators give opposite signals. The Bollinger Bands are directed upwards, the MACD histogram is growing in the positive zone, Stochastic turned down. As for the fundamental data, the market is waiting for the July data on the index of business activity in the US manufacturing sector and statistic from the US labor market. In Europe, it's going to be the retail sales and the index of business activity in the manufacturing sector for the Eurozone. In general, the continuation of the smooth growth of the pair is possible if the price consolidates above the level of 1.1750. However, the beginning of the correction cannot be ruled out. The pound-dollar pair climbed last week to the level of Fibonacci correction of 38.2% at 1.3150. In case of breakout of this key level, the pair can go further to the levels of 1.3230 and 1.3350. Otherwise, a correction to the middle line of the Bollinger Bands and the lower border of the ascending channel at 1.30 can happen. Technical indicators are still giving the opposite signals. The Bollinger Bands are directed upwards, the MACD histogram is growing in the positive zone, however Stochastic turned down. The main fundamental event of the week will be a meeting of the Bank of England and its decision on the interest rate that can cause a significant movement of the pair. Under the current conditions, further growth is possible if the price consolidates above the level of 1.3150, however a correction to the level of 1.30 is also possible. The pair dollar-yen last week had mixed dynamics, but generally remained in a downward trend. Currently, the pair is trading around 110.70 and may continue to decline to the levels of 109.90 and 109.0. Indicators confirm such scenario. The Bollinger Bands and Stochastics are directed downwards, the MACD histogram is growing in the negative zone. The upward correction will be possible in case of a breakout of the level of 111.20, which coincides with the Fibonacci correction of 38.2%. In this case, the growth is possible to the levels of 112.30 and 112.90. In general, the continuation of the decline seems probable, but the upward correction can happen if the price goes above 111.20. Last week, the pair of Australian dollar and the American one climbed to the level of 0.8, where it is still trading now. If the price consolidates above this level, the upward movement can continue to the levels of 0.8050 and 0.81. However, this week the correction to the levels of 0.79 and 0.7845 is very likely due to RBA decision on the interest rate. Technical indicators are still giving the opposite signals. The Bollinger Bands are directed upwards, the MACD histogram is stable in the positive zone, the Stochastic is pointing downwards. In general, a downward movement seems more likely, but the breakout of the level of 0.80 can also happen. Quotes of gold last week continued to grow and reached the level of 1270, but today the price can be corrected to the level of 1265. The consolidation below this level can allow the pair to go further down to the levels of 1255 and 1248.60. However, it seems more likely that the pair will resume its growth to the levels of 1277 and 1287. Technical indicators do not give a clear picture. The MACD histogram is growing in the positive zone. Stochastic is in the overbought zone and is directed sideways. In general, the growth of gold is likely, but if the price consolidates below 1265, a long correction can follow. That's all for today. Good luck with your trading!